Hey everybody, John Soriano here, sporting my I'm on spring break beard, giving my face a bit of a rest. And I wanted to share with you on this quick little video a technique that I came up with a little bit ago, not today, but a few weeks ago or so. And I was working with someone I was training at the time, and I call it the Google Map or Google Earth timeline technique. Now, if you've ever experienced either one of those applications, either Google Maps or Google Earth, especially Google Earth, you have this neat kind of feature where you could go over someplace and then it kind of zooms in and you're like street level kind of thing, and you could look around and things like that. And it's really kind of cool. And it's a great visualization tool, actually, that you can use on yourself. And the way I apply it is in a circumstance, whether you're using EFT tapping, which is what I'm going to do here, but you can use it with other modalities as well. And again, the key to using EFT or tapping in most of the instances and in most of the variations is to be as specific as possible. But sometimes somebody comes to you, they really just can't get there, or they just don't know. So if they're really escalated, obviously you're going to need to de-escalate them first, and any general tapping will do to get them down to a point where they can tell you what's going on. But in this kind of circumstance, we're going to presuppose that they just don't remember one, at least consciously, and at least not yet. So what you can do, and this one actually really dovetails very well if you're using hypnosis with it as well and you have them in trance already, but it'll work either way. So let's suppose someone is sitting in front of you and they're saying, I really feel depressed. And they're like, that's a pretty global, you really can't tap on that. So you try and quantify it, and you ask questions, and you ask, in particular, depending on their feedback to you, you would use meta model kind of challenges from NLP. So you really can't get there. So do this, try this. No harm, no foul if it doesn't work. But have them imagine, close their eyes, and have them imagine their timeline of their life. Okay? So we're going to deal with the depression. We can't really narrow it down, at least not off the top of their head or offhand. So, okay. So I want you to imagine, let's say you're the client. I want you to imagine your timeline of your life. Where is it? Is it in front of you? Is it side to side? Is it diagonally? Is it above you, below you, in back of you? Whatever it is, because everybody processes time differently. Okay? And that's very important to learn, especially when you're dealing with traumas. A lot of times with a trauma, what happens is the timeline has been compressed. And so that instant is now because the timeline has been compressed. And timeline actually does a lot of good work with trauma stuff. But so for the sake of this example, anyway, imagine where that is. Okay. So they say, okay, it's usually, and the large portion of the population, it's in front of them, side to side, passes to the left, futures to the right, and present time straight center. A lot of times, but not always. Okay. But let's assume it is fair for a second. All right. So, where's your timeline? It's in front of me. I said, where's the past? And it passes to the left. Okay. So now we know that we're going to try and find a past event. All right. That's a tappable event. Okay. So, what you do is, okay, so I want you to now float above your timeline. And I want you to guess where an early incident would be that made you depressed, where you felt this way before. Okay? And just pick one. Now, I'm not going for earliest necessarily. I'll just say as early as you can, or I'm kind of vague with the language because I don't want to necessarily pinpoint something that is going to be painful. So let their subconscious be their guide and let them get there. They might, depending on how painful the core aspect was, they might actually subconsciously go to an event that was kind of, but maybe 2 or 3 events after the core event. And it's a good starting point regardless. It's better than a global. So you go there, you say, okay, so imagine, if you can, and I know you can because you have a mastery of your mind. So I want you to float over your timeline now and let your subconscious guide you to a point in the past on your timeline where an event occurred that made you depressed, that made you feel as you're feeling right now. And once that's identified, I'd like you now to just allow yourself to drop into the timeline, just like a Google Earth or a Google Map application, and come straight into that until you're there. And I want you to see, hear, and feel everything that's going on in this aspect right now, just as if you're in that Google Map right now. Everything is around you, so take a look around and tell me what's going on. Okay? Now, it's a really easy way to get to something that you need to tap on. And they'll start giving you specifics and everything else, and you can work the EFT magic from that point. And of course, then you just follow the trail. Okay? So, give it a try. Try it on yourself. Try it on someone who will let you try it on them. And it's the Google Map, Google Earth timeline technique. Try it. Have some fun with it. And until next time.